Okay guys, so this is the enchantment room without any shaders, no texture pack, nothing, and in some ways I kind of like it more. I think it's because the leaves aren't see-through, and so the lighting still goes through, but like you can't see any of the lighting sources. I think that it just looks cleaner like this. We'll go this way. This is kind of like my cheaty shortcut way instead of going all the way around. So yeah, my chest room is like on the other side of my base here. So instead of like moving all these enchanted tools in my inventory, I want to have like a water transport system to move things automatically. I think that would be really cool, and then we could potentially like have an auto sorting system as well, because like I said in episode 1, like that's something I've never really done with like all the redstone stuff. Okay, so I made this little dock right here, and one of the big issues I'm having is that people keep stealing my freaking boats every time they need to leave my base and go back to their base. And so what I was originally doing was like setting up some sort of boat system right here, but I realized I was actually making it way more difficult than it had to be, because obviously if you just put a dispenser right under here in a pressure plate, you can dispense a bunch of boats. And so I think I'm going to pull a little bit of a prank here. I don't know if it'll actually work. We're going to test it right now. So if you keep spamming boats, it'll just keep placing the boats in that one spot, right? And then if you were to, you know, swim and push the boat, it does like this sort of explosion thing, which I think is pretty funny. This is why it's like a really harmless prank, but okay, so I reloaded it, I think with all of them. Yeah. Let's try it. Let's see. Oh, you don't. Okay. It shot one forward, eh? Maybe have the dispensers right beside each other. Maybe that'll be enough. They'll be close enough in that case to bump each other. Doesn't matter where you jump on. This isn't actually gonna... Okay, interesting. Interesting. Check this out. They got like a dual sort of boat going on here. Another cool thing I like about this base is that for some reason, elytras, or not elytras, phantoms cannot get in my base. I don't know if anyone can explain why that is. Is it because I'm in a cave? But yeah, sometimes they get close, but they can never get in. Watch. Look how close they get. That one was close. Taking a break from the whole boat trolling thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch a video, or if anyone has like recommendations on how to get those boats to go flying everywhere when someone like sits in one and starts riding. I think that'd be just like a harmless, pretty funny prank. Okay, so I've been thinking about this enchantment room and how I can go about organizing things, because my chest room is not nearby here. So if I want to move things, I don't want to have to walk all the way there every time. So the idea is to create a water elevator that I can just throw items in the side here, you know what I'm saying? And then it drops down and it brings the items there for me. Basically the logic behind this, and I'm going to ask for your guys' help in a second, is you have a piston like this. I have a lever here, and there's a bookcase, right? So pretend this block here is the bookcase. When you flick a lever like this, I was watching a video about it, but it actually kind of like activates this block in a way, which means that things behind it turn off, like can be activated. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to make another lever, but yeah, if you have a lever here and you flick it, you can activate a redstone charge behind a wall, right? But the thing is, if I were to put a redstone charge on this sticky piston and then activate the lever, the redstone would fall off, right? What I've also learned is that using a redstone torch, so when the lever's not flicked, the redstone torch just automatically activates this sticky piston. Then my thought was, okay, so if I flick the lever, it turns the switch off, this retracts. That doesn't happen. The light turns off, the redstone torch turns off, but for some reason this thing does not retract, and I think it's because the piston needs to be updated, and I'll show you why. That doesn't do it. I don't know what it is. See, I don't know if it's because this piston needs to be updated, to be honest, but if I hit it now, all of a sudden it just goes back and then forth. So I don't know why that is either. So my solution, I shouldn't have broke that actually. My solution is It's not conventional, but this is it here. It's to put another sticky piston, because for some reason, when you have 2 sticky pistons, it just works. I don't know why this is. Why is it that the redstone torch, the redstone... Because if I were to put... I was like, is it just a block? But if you put a block here... No, it doesn't activate it. Why is it the sticky piston? You know what I mean? I have 2 sticky pistons, basically. As you can see, one is activated when you flip the lever here. And then there's one also below, which moves this stone block every time you flick it. So the idea is the good gear I can throw, you know, here when I'm done enchanting, if I have extra, and it will flow to a chest. And the bad gear I can flick there. You can go down here. This is going to go right under everything in my base. So it's kind of like in real life where there's pipes and stuff, you know, you can't dig in certain places. We're getting to that point in my base where I have to be careful when I dig under. But there can, for water elevators, it's also faster to use ice. So I think that I'm going to go exploring. Thankfully, this seed is kind of terrible, but one of the biomes that is kind of close in range is a glacier biome. So I think that's what it's called. So I will cut to that. Alright, so I was collecting mossy cobble, and lo and behold, I came across a Lush Cavern, I believe they're called. These things look sick, and they have cave vines or something along those lines, which I think would be really cool in my base. As you saw from the previous time lapse, I had just used vines. So that's kind of a shame, because it would have been nice. Maybe I should get a water bucket first. But yeah, this is my first time exploring a Lush Cavern. Suffice to say, I'm excited. I've never seen any videos. But yeah, these are the moss blocks, which I had found a few of earlier. I forget how. But, hello, skeleton. Something about the moss blocks, man, I'm just a huge fan of. I think they're really versatile. Green is also my favorite color. I've been on the record saying that a few times, I feel. Biome, I feel, is super risky, especially with the open... Don't look at the Enderman. Especially with the open area. Like, I could just get shot by a skeleton on the side and it would be all over, but I'm doing it specifically for this flower here. Spore Blossom. Do I dare risk it? Please! Okay. Bro, I think that might be an axolotl dying. I know there's axolotls here. Actually, no. No, these are just tropical fish. That I'm not as sad about, but still, look at this. 44 fish? Bro, what is going on here? Look at this madness. I'm almost afraid to look, but should I investigate? Look down there. Oh, dang! I'm gonna go investigate. What's causing this this tropical fish farm? I mean, where are they all coming from? This one dang block? Bro, look at that. That one fish was hanging on for its life. I could really just push them too. There's a couple hanging up here. This is you could trick this out to be an even more efficient tropical fish farm. Efficient tropical fish farm. That's like a tongue twister. Look, I'm noticing that when they get to the bottom here, they actually are able to swim up. But in a true test of fate, place your bets, guys, between these two. Which fish will outlast which? Okay, well that was that was faster than I thought. Yeah, it looks pretty regular cavey over there, which is crazy for me to say because none of this cave is regular to me as like a OG Minecraft player, as someone with absolute unk status. I don't need to farm these blocks either because from my understanding you can bone meal moss blocks with a lot of other blocks and duplicate moss. Since I have some spare bones on hand, I'll do it now. I think gravel works. Yep, gravel works, and it even produces these saplings, which I don't know what they're called. Flowering azalea. Huge fan of these. I said green's my favorite color. Purple and pink are kind of like in a battle for my second favorite colors, and this just so happens to... Come on, bro. I knew that would happen at some point. Yeah, that just so happens to be a mixture of my favorite colors, so I'm excited to incorporate that into some builds as well. I like these. They're like lily pads, but you can place them on, it seems like, just about anything. And they also wilt after you stand on them for a little bit. And so could be cool for like a park. Okay, so you can't put it on stone though. Could be cool for a parkour related course. I knew it, dude. I got my bucket ready. I'm just spamming my bucket. Oh, I think how it works is once you have a water in your hand, you just have to hover above it and you grab it. Oh, I replaced it. Oh, check that out though. It knew to replace it as the yellow axolotl. Yeah, and that one knew to place it as the pink one. So it remembers which axolotl they are. So hype. You know what's crazy is I actually just saw an axolotl for the first time yesterday. I was at a butterfly conservatory in Cambridge, and I think the most memorable thing about them, aside from their color and like how insane looking they are, is the fact that they're like partially see-through, and you can kind of see their rib cage, which was even more trippy. But those are just one of those animals that's like non-worldly, you know what I'm saying? And it just in the coolest type of way. We got some of these squids as well. See, these are fish that this is how it's supposed to look when you don't have fish flying off the side of a cave. But these things I want to kill because they apparently give some sort of lighting block, I think. I'm actually not too sure about it at this point, but even to just catch one of those squid and like somehow bring it to your base, I think would be a great addition. It's crazy how distracted you get in this game, but I just like that's the beauty of this game, I feel, is like you go out for ice and then you come back with a bucket of axolotls. So hey, I'm not mad about it. This is the axolotl. Shout out. Yeah, you can kind of get the see-through vibes from it. But I'm gonna go ahead and name one. The yellow one it is. I hope it doesn't die in here. It's also one block is the thing, so I don't. I'm guessing it can jump out. I'm gonna see how that goes, just because we can get more. So it's a bit of an experiment. I also have 3 name tags, so it's doable. I forgot the anvil is in here. The anvil is in here. The new enchantment room. I don't know what to name it. I'm just gonna name it Ribs. I got nothing better, dude. When it comes to naming animals, I really am not creative. I think about that a lot. Okay, not that much. Look at it. It's just headbutting into a stalagmite, a pointed dripstone, as you would say. Ribs. We'll see if you're around in a few days. I mean, these cats have really abided. Also, Hawk Tua has lasted quite a while too, which is surprising because I had a camel here. Not a camel, I had an alpaca or whatever here, but some pillagers came and the alpaca started spitting on them, and long story short, it's not there anymore, and that's why I had 4 name tags. But again, excited to see how this experiment goes. I was watching a recording back and I realized I totally forgot about this chicken farm. I don't know if it's considered a chicken farm, but I only found 1 chicken in this whole area. So I brought it over with the seed, and I kept trying to get its eggs and throw the eggs, but I kept not getting the chicken to come out of it. So since then, oh wait, I was like, was there none? But I forget the hopper goes into a chest. So I don't know how long it's even been since I've seen this, but don't run out, don't run out, don't run out. Boom. Bruh. I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting, like a chest full. Not a bad ratio, 3 out of 12. You learn something new every day, people. So the hatch rate when you throw an egg is 13.7% out of 100%. And I got 3 out of 12, which is 25%, people. So suffice to say, I'm a lucky person. I might have to play the lottery today. I might have to try my chances with the ladies. Who knows? Maybe I just got another egg and I might have to throw another. Okay, there wasn't even another egg. I was gonna say, if I hatch the egg, I really gotta go and like on some yes man shit.